So since I've been asked a lot, I've decided to create a tutorial for my grad cap toppers, as you can see here. So right now you'll see me pressing out my designs onto my satin fabric. I actually have a sublimation printer, so I printed out my designs and I'm pressing them onto the fabric. Here you see me cutting out my cardstock. This is actually what I use inside of my grad cap topper itself. I measured it out to about 9 by 9. So now I'm just fitting my fabric to make sure that everything is going to fit on here. Next, you're going to see me use this can, which is actually a can of adhesive. So I am spraying my actual backside of my fabric as well as the actual cardstock because I want to make sure that it's going to actually stick really, really well. Now I'm clipping off the corners. This is rounding out my corners. I believe this is a tool I picked up from Michael's a few years ago. So now that I have the rounded corners, now I'm going to lay this on top of my fabric and I'm going to make sure I press it down really, really well, making sure that everything is sticking, turn it over, making sure I have everything. And now you're going to see me cut off my excess fabric. I left about 1/4 of an inch edge around the entire thing that I'm going to flatten out and roll over. Now you'll see me with this other material. This is actually just felt. This is some craft felt I'm using to cover the bottom. Again, I'm cutting it 9 by 9 so that it matches my actual grad cap topper. All right, so now I'm spraying the back of my cardstock as well as spraying my felt to make sure again that they stick. Now you'll see me rolling over my edges to make sure that I have a clean cut all the way around. This also helps with the frame, which is why I also sprayed this side as well. So it's helping me stick my edges down. Now I'm going to fit my felt to the back of this design. And as you can see, I'm filling it over and it's a little too big. So I decided to take it off and cut it down a bit. So I'm cutting off about 1/4 inch on 2 of the sides. So that'll actually allow it to fit right inside of the design, still covering the bottom, but it won't have any extra felt hanging over on the sides. So I'm sticking my corners first. And now you'll see me work around the rest of the edges to make sure that everything is sitting in nice and tucked and covered over. Now I'm using a brayer. I believe I picked it up at Michael's a couple of years ago, to make sure I smooth out the top and the bottom of it. So in my center, I'm actually going to cut out a cross. I don't like to cut out the circle like everybody else, so I'm finding the middle and I'm marking both vertically as well as horizontally. And I'm going to use my exacto knife to cut out about 1 inch all the way around, or 1 inch across and 1 inch going the other way. So you see me working my way in the center. And I'm just kind of working it to make sure that I can get it open. And then I take my scissors and I kind of cut across the diagonals. So when I'm done, I actually have a square cut out in the middle. And as you can see, this is the final design. Please follow me on all social media under Deloach Studios. I hope you enjoy, and I hope this video has helped you out making your grad cap toppers. Thanks for stopping by.